Ah!
Hello,
Okay.
everybody. Sorry about the face,
Wow.
y'all. Just everybody just caught. Yeah,
Wow.
it's one of those nights. Anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another wonderful night of us clowning as the show begins. Um, yeah.
Wow.
Um, what could I say? It's one of those days.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey, 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 hey. Let's
Okay,
party tonight.
she's dancing, so that's how she feels in her world right
That's how I
now.
feel in my world right now.
Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know. Hey,
Hey,
LAC, how are
LHG.
you? Like, share, and comment. Yes, we
Yes.
we clowning for real. Anyway, um, we just gonna have a little chat, and then we're gonna have Q&A for the rest of the night. So, um,
Mm, mm, mm.
so there are some things that folks had asked me to talk about or address,
Mm.
as they like to say.
Mm.
Use it in our world. We want to address some things or unpack it these days. What I hear a lot of people say. Um,
Inquiry minds want to know.
so you know, y'all already know. Well, I'm not gonna go into a big discussion about some things because when we have our show Saturday night, we're gonna discuss a lot of stuff, talking about the friendships and all of that. So I'm not gonna go deep into too much tonight. And you know what? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna touch that subject tonight, because we're gonna talk about it on Saturday. Okay. But the other subject that the lovely folks wanted me to talk about tonight was the subject of marriage and divorce, right? Okay, so we're gonna hit it and quit it. That's what we're gonna do. So in the hit it stage, right? Um, the key to having a really good, successful marriage is communication. Okay. If you do not have communication in your marriage or any type of relationship, it really is really not gonna go well. Right. So just like I can't consider Quint my sister nor my friend if I don't have any type of conversations with her. That's I mean, what is that? We're associates or acquaintances at that point because I know of her, she knows of me, we barely talk kind of situation, right? So you gotta have communication. Communication is key. If there's no communication, it's not gonna work. It's just like in a marriage, if there's no trust, it won't work. If you don't trust your spouse or vice versa, they don't trust you, it's more likely not gonna work out too well. Also, um, certain things that kind of could X out marriage or any type of relationship is right. Marriage or any type of relationships, if you guys are living together and y'all trying to cohabitate, as you want to call it, whatever y'all want to call it, um, financial strains or finances can come into play and it'll tear up relationships too if you let it. That's the reason why it's important before you get married to know how your partner handles money and to know how you handle money. And whoever's the best one with the money, that's who need to take care of it. So, especially in a marriage, that's always what I I say is the best way to follow when it comes down to the finances. Because if you're not good with money, but your spouse is, let them handle it. Because more than likely they're going to save it where you really can blow it. Yes. So finances is another big part of it. Also, um, I mean, well, I put honesty and trust together in my book. Um, I expect you to be honest with me because you expect me to be honest with you. And honesty and trust, like I said, honesty and trust for me go hand in hand. So, um, I mean, that kind of suits itself. I don't feel like I have to go into deep about that because that's pretty much got out there. Am I forgetting anything? For me, no. I mean, we, well, me and my husband, we like to do like a lot of date night type of stuff. And it's not always about you going and like spending money. Right. It's not like always like every time when you have a date night, you don't always have to spend money to do it. A lot of our date nights are at home. Uh, yes.
LHG, you need to come up here.
Look, a lot of our date night stuff is at home. Um, curled up on the couch, choosing something good to watch, and popping bags of popcorn and laughing and talking and being commentary to the movie. So that is us on a good date night.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if we want to go out, we do like to go. I like to take him to like upscale restaurants when we go out, so that he can experience all the different types of what they quote unquote call fine dining here. It's not always here because I will travel for good food. So I'll let you know that I will put it in the wind. If there's a place I like to go that is not here, I will travel for good food. Um, and I like to do stuff like that. So we will go bowling, we go shoot pool, we go do all of that type stuff. Um, and anything that's fun, you know what I mean. We like to go out and try to do. As long as the Lord says the same and my body parts are act right, we gonna go do it. So, um, yeah, I mean, we're the type we don't argue. We've never had argument. Um, we talk everything out. That is our motto. We do not go to bed upset or mad. That's not what we do. So like I said, for us, the communication thing is a must. Um, also, uh, you have to do something special like with each other and for each other. I surprise him a lot. Hey, cousin Deborah, how are you?
Hey, Deborah.
Um, I surprise him a lot with a lot of stuff. I surprise him a lot with stuff I know he likes. He does the same thing for me. So, surprises are always good. You know, sometimes I'll surprise him just like spare him of the moment. And I'll say, "Hey, let's go out of town for a day," or something like that. We'll go to South Carolina, drive to Charlotte, or something like that. See, yeah, we gonna pray for you. We gonna pray for you. You can't do that, ma'am. So,
Mm,
but
mm, mm.
just take him and just do stuff. Sometimes we just do the spare of the moment swoop stuff. We be out and he'll say, just keep driving. And so I keep driving and that's what we do. So sometimes you never know where we might end up. And that's okay with me. So, as long as you got what you need to do what you trying to do, then you make it possible. Other than that, I mean, you have to find what makes you guys work, because what works for me and mine may not work for you and yours. You know what I mean? But and we make sure that we pray together. That is a big thing. He covers me. See? No ma'am.
Oh God,
No ma'am.
I'm not
And
playing with her tonight.
look, I mean,
LHG.
he covers me and I cover him. So, prayer is also a must in the relationship as well. Especially if you are married, that is a must, a must, a must, must. You have to cover one another. You can't leave each other uncovered. So, other than that, that's it as far as marriage part is concerned. Now, as far as divorce, I mean, um, when it comes down to divorce, I mean, have a real reason for divorcing. You know what I mean? Don't just divorce because okay, you just got tired of him today. Y'all just happen to get tired of each other today, but tomorrow y'all gonna be right back the way you were. Like kids are in school, get mad at each other, might slap each other in the face, and tomorrow y'all best buddies all over again. That's not a reason for you to go and get divorced. Have a real reason for divorcing. whether the person stepped out or whether it's something else, even more prevalent than, adultery or whatever, but just have a good reason for divorcing. Don't just divorce to divorce. And don't divorce just because you feel like the grass is greener elsewhere, because more than likely it's not going to be. So, just them two things in my book, but have a good reason for doing it. Um, Also, most of the time when it comes down to divorce, you saw the red flags way before the divorce, and you just chose to ignore all the red flags, and you just chose to try to make it work and continue to try to make it work, but you just knew that time had,
Ran its course.
yeah. So, I mean, if you tried and failed and tried again, just let it go. I mean, what can I say? Some
Let it
people would
go.
some people would disagree with that statement, but I don't. Um, I don't, because if you tried it and it don't work, there's no need of you making each other miserable. You know what I mean? Just part ways and go do what you got to do. Okay. Um, that's about it as far as the divorce thing is. And don't make the divorce messy. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if y'all have a business together, property together, try to reach a common goal on that type of stuff, but don't make it messy. Like, you just feel like, oh, I just want to take everything you got, that your husband gotta, your ex, soon to be ex, gotta pay you alimony like they paying you child support, and all of that type of stuff. I mean, because some of this stuff don't have to be. Some people make stuff messy for no reason, and it just don't have to be that way. You can divorce, separate, go about your business without all the extra and the headache included. So that's what I would suggest that you do. But I don't know. Maybe Quinn got some different tips than I do as far as marriage and divorce. But the divorcing part, I really don't have a whole lot of tips for that. It's besides to have a really good reason and just don't make it messy. That's all. So, and think about, if you make it messy, it doesn't just affect you; it affects your children if you have kids involved. If you have children involved, because then you got custody. You want custody battles and how y'all want to. It's a lot. It's a lot that can go into that. So that's all I have to say about that. So that was my way of addressing that, to the person that asked me to address it. So that was my take on it. Quint, what you got?
I'm in total agreement. I'm not married now, but keeping God first is key. And you guys putting each other in a category where you thinking of him, he thinking of you, and everybody is happy. You know what I'm saying? You taking in consideration each other's feelings, and nobody. I believe you're never supposed to take away a man's manhood, and a man is never supposed to disrespect a woman. So, not going to bed on your wrath, that's so important. But just keep it fun, keep it spicy. The same thing y'all did to get each other is the thing you got to do to keep each other. Don't get too comfortable in your relationship. You get comfortable in your relationship, that's where things fall short. You start taking each other for granted. You don't appreciate each other, and I mean, then you got a whole bunch of issues. So keep the drama out, keep third parties out of your relationship. And third parties can be anything that's not you too. It don't necessarily have to be people, it can be finances, it can be children. Listen, children are manipulative beings. So you two be on one accord. That's so important for y'all to be on one accord, and then you deal with your children accordingly, because they will try to play the game. So,
Especially when you have a blended family.
yes, yes. Be on one accord when it comes to the discipline, be on one accord when it comes to the communication, be on one accord when it comes to the punish, whatever it may be, just be on one accord with that. You have to build, as LHG is saying, you have to have that firm foundation. It's so important. Um, that is really important. Making time for each other, that quality time. Listen, those intimate moments is so important. That pillow talk is so important because that's y'all coming together, and it's y'all more or less y'all against the world after that long day, everything on the outside, y'all coming together, and you're able to console each other, and you're able to pray, and you're able to talk, and you're able to just enjoy each other. So important. So that's all I have. Coco touched basically on everything, and just doing those spur of the moment things. Yes, being able to do that is everything. Being spontaneous and keeping it fun, not being bored in your relationship. Y'all enjoy each
We
other.
we get in here and had game night and be in here cutting the whole food with each other, like for real. So I'm
Hmm.
telling you, like it, and I don't just mean like card games. We'll get in here because he's never really been like a game console gamey type of person.
Hmm.
So I got him into that because I'm the gamer, in that area, and he'll get in here and he'll attempt to try to get to my level, and we be here laughing at each other. So it'd be a lot of fun, you know what I mean? And that's what, just have fun. If you were having fun before y'all got married, continue to have fun.
Yes. And
You know,
support each other, guys. Oh my God.
yes,
Unity is unity, not division. Okay. Y'all come together. There's no I
teamwork
in
makes the
team.
dream work.
Yes. Y'all are
Teamwork makes the dream
partners.
work. So
So that's so important. Don't try to build separate. If y'all together, be together. I'm
yes,
just saying. Um, anyway, we're gonna move on from that subject.
okay, yes. All
But I
righty.
enjoyed
So
it.
that's what that is for tonight. So I hope that answered your questions, Miss Bridget. So if you have any more, feel free to throw them on in there
Yes.
and I'll see them. All right. Yes, partners in life and love.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, my husband showed up for me over the weekend now.
Yes, he
And he,
did.
he was excited. I think he was more excited than I was. And he blew my business card up and put it on his shirt. So
And he was in his
walked
element. I'm
around
so
wearing
proud of
it
him.
proud as day. So and then at one point I left him at the table, and he was telling the people, what he had to tell them, but he was selling the stuff by himself. So it's a good thing when you can back each other up and have each other's backs like that. So I just
Hmm.
I let him do him, and he backs me up, and I back him up in his area when needed be too. Um, so we're gonna get started on a little Q&A. All right. Um,
Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. I'm sleepy,
Samuel,
but I'm feeling good.
Samuel, sweet, sweet. You, I'm not ready for you tonight, bro. Okay, I just want to let you know. I just want to put out this disclaimer, Mr. Samuel. Okay, all right. Because Quit be ready for you, but I don't. 'Cause
Hey, come on, Samuel. You be
she be
making my
waiting.
night.
She be waiting to see what you gonna talk about, and I just don't be ready for you sometimes. Because you be coming all left field sometimes. So I just be having to, I have to fix my mind, brain, and everything for you sometimes. But other than that, I love you though. You otherwise, so we have our first question from Stephanie. Stephanie is from Utah, and her question is: should it be a problem in the relationship if the woman makes more money than the man?
Nope,
No.
not at
I
all.
mean, more likely you probably had your job before you met. So no, unless he has an issue with it. If he's telling you he's showing that he got an issue with the fact that you make more money, is that what that is? Because that's the only reason why that could like come about. Is that what's going on?
And or are you throwing it in his face and making him feel like, well, he's not doing enough because he's not making more than you?
Or is it because you're able to do things but you're paid that he can't? First of all, are y'all married or are you just in a relationship?
Right.
If you're just in a relationship, then who cares? Um, you know, if, no offense, but if you're just in a
And if
relationship,
that's the case and he's already showing jealousy, then baby,
yeah,
walk
like
away.
that for me, that's if you're just in a relationship, who cares? But if that's your spouse, on the other hand, then is it the way that you spend your money when you get paid? I mean, did y'all
Do you
discuss
have a
these?
good relationship with finances?
Yeah, like do y'all discuss these things? Did y'all discuss this stuff before you got married type of issue? So you kind of gotta give me a little bit more. That way I can kind of know which way to veer off. But I'll go from this angle. If you're the type of female that before you got married or before you got with this individual, that you were always independent, you've always done for you, you've always taken care of your household first, but then if you wanted to go and splurge on yourself, that's what you did, then okay. I have no issues with that. That's what you've always done. Now, after you get married, the splurging part might have to calm down just a tad, and you may not be able to splurge as much as before, but um, you know, just to make sure that y'all got stuff saved for a rainy day. Not only it's good when all bills are paid and you can go splurge, but do you have savings as well? You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're being smart with your finances and not just spending everything that you have. You want to have something saved up so that if there's a rainy day and it ever comes, because when it rains, it pours sometimes, you want to be able to cover those things. If there's ever
Hmm.
a time where you're not working, you want to be able to have at least I say at least 6 months of your paycheck saved. Some people say 3, but depending on what kind of rainy day you might get a hold of, you might need a full 6 months of checks just to cover you and your bills for a while, right?
Hmm.
So I say 6 months. Some people say 3. But I say the more that you can have saved, the better for you. So
Yes.
it just depends on where you are. Yes, it rains in Southern California, LAG. Um, but yeah, it just depends on your relationship with money. So I don't know, what you do with your finances, but it seems like you're asking that because of how you are with your finances. So I think it's just a little bit more to it than the fact that you make more money than he does, right? But if you want to comment anymore, the chat is still open, so just let me know.
Hmm.
Um, and we'll keep going. All right. So next up we have Harry. Harry is from, is that Massachusetts? I think it's Massachusetts. MA is Massachusetts, right? Yeah, Massachusetts. All right. So thank you, Harry, for submitting your question of the night. Thank you for following us and all that good stuff. So Harry's question is, if do you think it is wrong for a wife to want to leave when the husband gets injured? Ooh, I
Yeah,
would, yeah, because in your
definitely.
vows that you took, it says sickness and in health and all the extra.
For
So
better or for worse.
you're not well, for better or for worse. All of that's part of your vows that you took. That's if you said that part of your vows. So um um yeah, it is, yeah, that's wrong for if she's saying that if you couldn't go back to work or you got ill and could not work, that she would leave.
And the question is, how did you treat her when you were well?
Yeah. Um,
I'm a little curious because
'cause
most women are not going to leave if they have been treated correctly,
unless
unless,
unless you just married one of those types of chicks.
yeah,
Now, if you married one
exactly.
of them types of females that's always been about her, you've always taken care of her, she's never had to do anything, then yeah, that's gonna be your dilemma.
Right. Did you marry a gold digger?
Yeah,
Um,
that's gonna be
but
your dilemma. Um, I'm hoping that's not what you married, but
right.
um, if that is your portion at this moment, it's gonna take much prayer, and
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 she's
that
still probably gonna leave. Um,
yeah, because that's not in her to do. Taking care of you is not something that she's done.
mm-mm.
Her version of taking care of you, which I won't say on air, ain't
Please
taking
don't.
care of you. If you catch what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So, you know, uh, yeah, I have a feeling that that's your situation. But I pray that whatever is causing you to maybe not be able to return to work, you know, I pray that God do a miraculous thing on your behalf,
Yes.
so that is something that you don't have to experience. Because I know it can be rough, especially if you go from being number one breadwinner in the house to having to go on disability or something of that nature. Yeah, I know it can suck, and it'll be not only will it be that, but it'll also be an income difference as well. So I hope that you know improves for you before any of that can actually take place. So,
I would love for you to elaborate more though. What type of woman did you marry,
what we
and
just talked
how
about,
that is a gold digger?
yeah,
That is what he said. Okay.
he's always taking care of her. She's never had to do anything.
And did she already express that she's leaving?
She expressed to him that if he could not go back to work because it was going to change their lifestyle, that she would leave.
So yeah, she just strictly married you for your money.
Yeah. So she pretty much already told you what she was
Yeah.
going to do.
Yeah. And oh Jesus.
And that sucks.
Oh
Horrible.
Father, in the
I'm
name of Jesus.
sorry. I'm
Yes. I'm.
sorry.
Mm.
And see, this is the reason why I tell my male friends to look past the outside, um, and not go for the trophy wife or the trophy chick, as I said, because that's what you get.
But what's sad about that, you knew you were getting it. You already knew what it was from jump.
Yeah, because if she agreed to that so quickly and has never attempted to try to do anything, not start a business so she could continue to have money or nothing like that, then yeah, no. And she's already you pretty much voiced where she's coming from, so you already know what's gonna happen. And like I said, I pray that that is not your portion. That whatever is going on with you health wise, that the Lord reverse it so
Yes.
that you continue to provide for your family. All right. So um yeah, we're gonna move on from that one because yeah, I'm sorry though. So, I pray wholeness, willing, and healing to your body, sir. All right. Um we have Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Oh, you're in Charlotte. How is the Queen City tonight? Because y'all been having a lot going on, girl. Where you at? But let's see what you got to say, Crystal. That's actually something that we're addressing on our show Saturday, but because you asked it tonight, I'll address it a little bit. Um, how do you tell your friends what you expect from a friendship? That's what she said.
Why do you have to tell your friends what you expect from a friendship? Because if they're your friends, I mean, your friendship comes natural. Coco and I are going on 2 years. That's my whole sister. I ain't never had to tell her what I needed from her as a friend. A friend supports each other. They love each other. They cry with each other. They pray with each other. They pick each other up when they down. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
friendship.
If you're trying to approach friendship like you would a relationship, kind of, that's what it seems like.
They're not your friend.
then that, yeah, you don't tell a person how to be your friend. They just be your friend.
And if you gotta tell them how to be your friend, they are not your friend.
Right.
You need to reevaluate your circle.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
Your friendship is one sided.
Yeah.
You're the friend. You're the friend to them, and they're not the friend to you.
Yeah. And maybe you may not even actually be a friend to them either
Right.
if you're having to feel like you're filling out a jot form to be
Because there shouldn't be anything that you're skeptical about going to your friends with. Like
right.
Coco could come to me with anything, whether it's a good or a bad subject, and I can go to her. And
Yeah.
y'all already know, I'm transparent. I act up.
But we cut up here. It's
Yeah,
concern. I mean, so y'all. I mean, you shouldn't have to feel like you're filling out a questionnaire to
right.
have a friend. If your friendships come with questionnaires, that is not a friendship. You know, um, because eventually, as time goes by and you guys continue to be friends, you'll learn what you need to learn about each other as far as like favorite thing, hobbies, and favorite colors, all that type of good stuff. That just happens. It comes up in conversation, so there's nothing that you have to like actually ask, you know kind of thing.
And you
um,
observe because you're around each other. Like,
yeah,
so, I
that was
mean,
not going to say it's a weird question, but I've never really had anybody ask that before. You say you think some people need background check,
those ain't friends either.
right? Especially if you feel like you
But
gotta.
some of us are certifiable. We just not on paper.
Yeah, um, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole
Hmm.
nother show.
Hmm.
Um, and you see her face, and then
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. So that's our take on that one. Yeah, I don't feel like we have to. Right, but I understand. Excuse me, y'all. I'm yawning. Been a long day. But
Well, we told people to show up on Monday.
right, that people aren't showing up, and showing up right. Shoot, you talking about they ain't showing up right? LSG, some of them ain't showing up at all.
That part.
So and that's when you have to really reevaluate to say, well, was this individual ever my friend in the beginning? I mean, people show up for each other when it's needed. One thing I have noticed though is just because you can't do something, why should that break the friendship?
It shouldn't at
I mean,
all.
out of all the up 10 years that you've always said yes, 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 yes to everything else, the one
Hmm.
time you say no, the whole friendship changed.
Right.
Why is that? I'm just curious about that one myself because I'm just
I
not
mean,
I'm not understanding. You know,
selfishness.
right, but it kind of makes you feel like there was never really an actual friendship to
It wasn't.
begin with because that one no changed the whole trajectory
Right.
of what used to be a long friendship. So
Hmm.
something for y'all to think about, but more of that will be on Saturday's show.
But
Go
a
ahead.
lot of times they say when God start blessing, that's when you really see who your friends are.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So
I'm just saying
self-evaluate your circle.
that's the Saints guys to get it together. Um, so I hope that answers your question, Boo Boo. Um, we have Arthur. Arthur is in Texas. How you doing? What part of Texas you in, Arthur? But his question is, you know what? I was just having this conversation earlier with the Trailblazers host, Arthur. So we are going to talk about it, right? So, what do I think about the fact that Pastor Jamal Bryant wants to use the church land to grow weed, right? That's the question. That's your question. I promise you, I just talked this about the host. It was in a group. So, me personally, I don't really know what the intention is. I can't say. I can't speculate. Um, I feel like if that's what he wants to do for a business, that's on him. But would I do it on church grounds? Not so sure about. Because I don't feel like the two mix. You know what I mean? In his interview, he talked about how he wants to use that to draw the men in that are already out in the street, and not only he gonna use it to teach them about farming and all of this other stuff. Well, you can teach a person about farming without it having to be weed, though. I mean, you just want to, if you just want to plow down some of your land and put a garden there, that's fine. But we're talking about, we talking about putting marijuana um, on the church ground. So if that's what he wants to do, by all means, whatever you want to do, have at it. That's your business. You know what I mean? Um, but I think it's more to it than what was said in the interview. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I have no comment. My mama told me if I don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So at this
That
point,
is that is
I'm
that
gonna
is
shut my
my
mouth.
take. That is my take on that one. So yeah, it's more to it than what you see, sir. But yeah, you said, is it the intentions? Well, the whole thing is his intentions, just only what he said in the interview, and the answer to that is a no. So you know, it is what it is, though. So but anyway, let's move on.
Yes.
So the next one um is that Shara? I hope I said your name right, honey, because I don't like to say people's name wrong. And you are from, oh, hi, you are from Belize. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. How is
Welcome.
you? Okay, so your question of the night is it hard? Okay, hold on. I want to make sure this is right. Okay. Is it hard to overcome trauma? No. Um, I think is how I think that if you try to overcome trauma alone, that it would be hard. If you have the right support system and the right people in your corner, it makes the days go by a little easier. If you catch what I'm trying to say. Um, not not everyone deals with trauma and grief the same way. Um, so it just depends on your level of how you handle things. Are you a person that when you handle things, you act them out as you're handling them? Are you a person that's led by your emotions kind of person? Are you a person that overthinks everything? So it kind of depends on the type of individual you are. Like me, I will analyze everything known to man. But um as far as being led by my emotions, I used to be at one point, but I'm not that way anymore. Now I sit down and I think about the outcome or the impact certain decisions that I know I can make could have. And so I try to always think about the bigger picture because I look at where I am now won't always be like it is. You know what I mean? And so like I said, everybody is different. I see, my future as being something great and grand. I see right now, however right now may be, as just a layover. You know what I'm saying? It's part of a process. I'm processing my way out of it or through it, however you want to put it. And I'm looking forward to bigger and brighter things. You know what I mean? And so even when I did experience trauma, I made a statement to myself early on because most of my trauma happened when I was young. And so I made a statement to myself early on that I would not bring my trauma into my adulthood. And I meant that. So you have to figure out how you doing, kids. Is it Kizia?
I
Diamond.
was
I don't want to say your name wrong, baby. But how
right.
you doing? So I made a decision that I wasn't gonna bring that into my adulthood and I didn't. So I made sure that I let all that trauma go when I was young. So yeah, so that when I walked into my adulthood, I could be a happy adult. And do adult things without feeling like I'm still holding on to when I was 12. Okay. I'm gonna call you Diamond if that's okay, because I don't like to mess people names up. All right. So nice to have you. Thank you for being with us. So
And
yeah.
when it comes to trauma, also, I know I dealt with it, and my mentality was I didn't want to be a byproduct of my circumstance. I was not going to allow my circumstances to define me, or my trauma. I even when people say I'm a survivor, my thing is I'm a warrior. Um, so depending on what it is, everybody healed differently, but you can heal, and it does not have to take years. So you got to make up in your mind that this is what you want and get around some people that's not going to allow you to fall into that depression and fall into um, allowing the trauma to overtake you. They're going to pray with you. They're going to pray for you. They're going to be there to lift you up. They're, get a circle. Don't deal with it on your own. A lot of people deal with trauma. They try to deal with it on their own, and that's how they fall into that depression. Don't do that. Y'all see, it's a lot going on tonight.
I'm
don't
in the middle of my chair, y'all.
don't
Um,
do that. Don't deal with it on your own. It's always good to have someone to talk to, even if you go to a therapist. It's always good to have someone to talk to.
and Miss Diamond, I see you said that you wish you would do that. You're 50 and still dealing, but you dealt with trauma into your
Your 20s
20
and
and
30s.
30s. So you say that you're still dealing. Do you still feel like you're dealing with trauma from when it originally happened, or are you dealing with like new trauma? And that's what you mean when you say you're still dealing. Um, so if you can answer that, if you want to answer that, if you feel free answering it. So, but yeah, I always
Both.
say that to try to get help.
She said
Okay,
both.
all right. So, um, what is it that you feel won't allow you to get past the original trauma or
And how
the old
how,
trauma? Let me put it that way.
how are you trying to get past it?
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things is forgiveness. Childhood that happened later. One of the biggest things is forgiveness. If you did
Yeah.
not forgive the person that caused the trauma, um, you're gonna always either repress it or walk in it. And you have to recognize that forgiveness is for you. Once you're able to forgive and realize, okay, yes, this person did this to me, but he don't have that person does not have power over me anymore. That's you taking your power back. And you're able to forgive yourself to say this was not my fault. So
What's going
so
on
much
with
going on now.
that? Okay, so Your now trauma
Mhm.
is what's on the surface,
Right.
but your back stuff you still haven't
Dealt
healed.
with.
You haven't dealt with and you haven't healed from. Okay. So um what steps are you taking to try to deal with what you're dealing with right now?
And are you married? She's in therapy. Are you married?
Okay. All right.
She.
I don't guess your name. Okay. Um, do you your current trauma, have you have you found the strength to forgive so that you can unbind yourself and start to move on? Or is it something that keeps happening like a scab being pulled off a wound type of situation?
And may I ask, how is your relationship with your spouse?
The current is the effects of the past. Right. Okay. All right. So how long have you been in therapy? You went from 1 year relationships to now 14.
Did Did you share with your husband what you have gone through?
Yeah. So for you, is it hard this time about 5 years, but COVID made it hard? 5 years, five different relationships. Okay. Okay. Not relationships. Therapists. Okay. And that's the reason why I asked that question. If you say that the current is the effects of the past and how it affects your relationships, I asked the question about the therapy because one of the first things in therapy that they try to get you to understand or they try to get you to work on as far as yourself is the things that you feel hinder you from being able to have a lasting relationship or to be able to work on your relationship the way you want to. And so, um, if your therapy isn't doing that, that's the reason why I asked. Also, out of the issue as far as the therapist, did you change therapists because you felt like they weren't helping you, or you felt like you was getting nowhere as far as the therapists are concerned? And then with you and your marriage, is your husband, that's the word I'm looking for. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get it out. Is he considerate to
They moved. They
how
quit.
you feel? They quit and they move. Okay. All right. So your current therapist now, you've been with them for a year? Because I do know that no two therapists work alike. They all have different methods. So um
And now they're doing, I mean, you can get virtual therapy
the
sessions.
the teletherapy type of stuff. Um my biggest concern is that all therapists do work differently. They all have different methods, and when you're trying to find something that works, and if it's he's the best, he does the best he can with all of my drama on my hand. Okay. All right. So all right. That kind of let me know the next question that I was gonna ask. So um if you had three top things that you can change about yourself right now, what would they be? I hate telling them, but that's what they do now. My last was my best ever. This one I don't really like. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that when yeah. But if you had three things that you could change about yourself, what would they be? Have comments, short number, and speaking up for yourself. Okay. So out of the three things that you just said, what is it that you find hard that won't allow you to change those things?
Hey, Auntie Brenda.
Linda, how are you? What is it that you find that's holding you back from being able to change those three things? Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay. So this is what you have to start doing. Okay. Um, and I speak about this a lot. I don't know if this is your first time watching us or not, or chiming in, but I speak on this a lot. It's like someone saying, "Girl, please, you know you're not." Okay. So yeah. All right. So I speak about this a lot. So I need you to listen to what I'm gonna say to you, right? Um, it's, it sounds pretty simple when I come out and say it, but for some people, it's a lot harder said than done, right? Um, so one of the things that I'm big on is you changing your language concerning yourself. Okay. Um, and I say that because it's not um it's not what other people say about you kind of thing, but it's what you answer to. Have you ever heard somebody say that before? Same thing in your case. It's not what it's not what's being said, it's actually what you say to yourself and how you feel about yourself. Not about what others say, but it's about how Diamond feels about herself. Um, so I need you to begin to change the language concerning yourself. Every time you start to get into this headspace and you begin to get ready to talk yourself, yeah, self talk is what we teach ourselves to believe. But this is what I need you to do. I need you to change the way you talk about yourself, right? Every time it get into your head that you're not worthy, you can't do this, you're not good enough today. Change the language and say, I can do this. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I'm not going to say that you got to use scriptures with everything, but if you know the word, use the word. You catch what I'm saying? Um, When it comes down to your confidence, you tell yourself that you are beautifully and wonderfully made and you can do it. There's nothing that should be able to stand in your way to keep you from being everything that you can be. You got a great grand purpose to fulfill, and and you need to get yourself on a clear path to be able to fulfill that purpose, right? And the first thing you have to do in order to make it there is get out of your own way. All right, that's
Miss
one of the biggest things. Okay,
Miss
go ahead.
Diamond, what's your email address? I'm about to send you something.
So you have to get out of your own way. You got to reaffirm yourself and stay true to the affirmations that you are now speaking over yourself. All right. So that's what I want you to do for me. I want you to tell yourself that you can do it and you will do it. And all that good stuff. I want the next time I talk to you, I would love to hear that your confidence level has shot up, that the things you say about yourself is different and all that good stuff. So I do hope that you will return and be with us again and all that good stuff. But that's what I would like for you to do for yourself. All right, because I would love to see you let that light that you got inside you shine so bright, and don't dim yourself down for people. You catch what I'm trying to say? Especially if you got a hubby that adores you, then no, just use that. You are welcome. If you got a hubby that adores you, use that, girl. That every time you start to think wrong about yourself, think about how he looks at you. Think about how he treats you. Think about how he says certain things to you when he says them. Think about what he does for you to make make you feel special. Let all of that good stuff roll around in your head, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna dress myself up today. I'm gonna pamper myself, and I'm gonna do this for him today, right? And you just pamper yourself and have a pamper me day and a pamper me moment, but you put on a nice outfit and you come in looking good for him, and then you say, baby, go get dressed. You got it? That type of thing. I want you to go out and do something spontaneous with your hubby. Okay? I want you to have a spontaneous moment with him. And like I said, the next time I hear from you, you tell me how everything went. All right. So I love you. And I hope that the little bit that I have said has helped. But I need you to change your language concerning yourself because you got this, girl. All right.
Miss Diamond, that email is not going through.
Did you spell it right?
I wrote in what she wrote.
Make sure you spelled it right.
I did.
Because you squinting.
I wrote in what she wrote.
You welcome, hon. Don't say that. Nope, say it again. Spell it one more time.
KIEXIZA at I'm sorry, Rodriguez at gmail.com.
Okay, you do know that's not a G.
Huh?
It's a Q.
I I said Rodriguez.
It's not a G.
Well, I put in a Q. I didn't put in a
Okay.
G. I put
Okay.
in what she wrote.
She says with a Q, not a A.
Huh?
Yeah. That's what she said. With a Q, not a.
Uh-huh.
Just tell you
Let me
what she
see.
said.
That's what I have. It's
Okay, I
not
tell
going
you,
through.
is she? Yeah, she's on Facebook. Okay, so I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna send you a message in Messenger. I need you to reply to it. Okay.
All right. Let me know if you got it.
Did it go
No,
through?
she said she'll be right back.
Okay. Did it go through?
Yeah,
Okay. So I was gonna tell her to just send me a test email to my email and then forward
it's
it to me.
saying it did.
Huh?
It's saying it did.
Okay. All right. I sent it to her anyway, just in case it didn't go through. So I told her to send me a test email to my email, and then I'll just forward that to you.
Mhm.
All right. All righty. So I hope that that answered your question, Sweet Bee. I know we went on, we started still talking about the same thing that you were talking about, but we ended up answering somebody else's questions at the same time. So I hope that answered you guys' question. Okay, she said
Check your email, Diamond, Miss
she
Diamond.
said email was sent to me also.
Right.
So
And let me know if you received something from me or from Amazon.
thank you, LHG. I'm waiting for yours that you're gonna have uh you're doing yours Saturday too, right?
Y'all, I'm over here hungry and I'm eating this candy like it's some food. It's not.
I need you to eat when this is over. How about that?
I
Um,
will.
yeah, I got my food. I got my food sitting in front of the microwave. I put it in the microwave when I'm done. And do you know I'm just now finishing that food from Okami's?
Oh, I finished mine.
I'm just now finishing that. So
That food was so good.
um so yes, we're gonna have this one right. Myrtle. You know, when I hear your name, I think about the little show I used to watch all the time on TGI Fridays. Um, but how you doing, Myrtle? Um, Myrtle's question of the night is: yes, my reunion with my
Yes.
work friends is Saturday, and we talking about yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, um, okay, great. She got it, Quinn.
Yep, I
Okay,
see.
all right. So awesome for you, Miss Diamond. I'm so excited for you, boo boo. I do hope that the next time we speak, there is a change.
Yes.
Um, so like I said, keep me posted on how you are. Stay connected, just so I could check on you and all that good stuff. But I just want to know that you are well, everything is well, and you are good. All right.
Miss
Um,
Diamond, where are you from? And how did you hear about us?
she's connected to me. I see it on my thing.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh shoot, LHG.
yeah. But Myrtle has a question. So Myrtle's
Mm-hmm. Go
question
ahead.
is, oh, well, he ain't up here tonight, but I say it out loud anyway. So just in case he'd happen to pop up in here, Miss
Who?
Myrtle, this question is for Fred.
Oh,
Fred, if you're listening over the airways, sir, this question is for you.
oh, let me inbox him. Let me find Mr. Frederick.
All right. So, Fred, Myrtle's question is, um, out of all the books you have written, which one was the most important and why? So, she must be a fan, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fan, Frederick. So, that is the question. I can't answer that for him, Miss Myrtle. So, we're going to give him some time to get up here and maybe he can answer that for you, okay? So, we'll come back to you if he pops in. Alrighty. But great question though.
Yes.
Um, because I want to know the answer to that one myself. All right, especially for people that have written multiple books, you never know which one they feel like is the most important. So
You are most welcome, Miss Myrtle. And I pray that it bless your life.
yes, Miss Diamond, let us know how you
I
like
meant
it.
Miss Diamond. That's
Make
what I
sure
meant.
you review it after you read it and all that good
Mm,
stuff. All right. So we likes the reviews.
definite.
Um. Okay. So then we is it Stephen or do you say Steven? And he's in Greensboros. All right. So Stephen. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Stephen's question of the night is how do you gracefully step down from leadership without causing a scene?
Ooh,
Just go to your leader and tell them that you need to step down.
that's it. But may
Everybody
I ask
else,
why?
everybody else don't kind of have to know why because it really ain't their business. As long as you and your leader know what's
Knows
going on,
why.
that's all that matters. So yeah. But
But
why would you feel like it would cause a scene? Um, Quinn had a question. Go ahead.
my question was, why did you want to step down?
Too much going on in my life right now, and I do not feel like I'm in a proper position to fulfill my leadership duties.
Okay, good
Okay.
reason.
So go to your leader and tell your leader what's up. And that's pretty much, I
And the
mean,
only way that's gonna cause a scene is if your leader is drama filled. Sorry to be so blunt. I'm not graceful as my sister, but that's the only way that's
I
gonna
mean,
cause a
when it
scene.
comes down to leadership, I'm a stickler in that area. So, um, you know, I don't feel like there should be um a scene. That part is still kind of, like why would you feel like it would cause a scene? Um, unless you have one of those, unless you're in one of those churches that when you go to the leader, it's the leader, you and like the whole ministerial team, and it's not private, and you feel like
Right.
that would cause a scene. At that point, you need to talk to your leader and say, "I need to talk to you privately." That means just you and them, and you just tell your leader what you got going on.
Or if you got one of them leaders that you hear everything over the pulpit afterwards,
Yeah,
then. But if your leader is understanding, it should be no issue
right.
whatsoever. And sometimes we do have to sit ourselves down. Sometimes we need that moment to say, okay, I've I've done enough, I've poured out enough, and I need somebody to pour into me. I gotta worry about my soul at this point.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that you have scenes are caused if you don't initiate one. There should be no scene. If their response is scenic, still be graceful and bow out. Pentecostal, and one finger up and exit. Um,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, like um, I just have a feeling that I know that there's more to it than that.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't want to go there unless you want me to go there. Okay. But yeah, because you've been having other thoughts besides the one that you just asked us questions about. But yeah,
Right.
I hope
LHG.
I hope that answers your question because I don't want to go there unless you want me to. Because I'll tackle it head on and have no issues. So, but yeah, um, Frederick, you have a question from Murder. Um, so yes, Stephanie, if you want me to answer it, I can answer it. Okay, you giving me the green light, so I'm gonna take it. All
Oh
right. So,
Lord.
um, it's not just about you wanting to step down. You've had whole thoughts about leaving. So, what you really need to address is all of your concerns when you go in to have the meeting. Because if you have the type of leader that is actually concerned for your soul, and that's the first and foremost, the bigger picture for them, then you're going to need to tell that leader the whole truth and not just parts. Because if your leader has discernment, they're going to be able to decipher what you're saying anyway. And y'all going to have to really, I ain't going to say hash it out, but y'all going to have to really talk about your situation and why you feel like you might want to leave, what's causing you to feel this way, and all that stuff. Just come out and just be honest about it because it may be able to be fixed and it may not be what you think it is. You catch what I'm saying? So again, like I said earlier, communication is key. If you don't communicate, especially if you are a leader, then how do you expect your leader isn't a mind reader? You catch what I'm saying? Don't expect your leader to know everything um, when it comes down to you, because that's not how that goes. So address the situation completely. Don't go in part, and don't go with a halfway manipulative spirit behind it either. Just address it the right way from the beginning and get it over with. Because this should have actually been addressed a long time ago, but you just bringing it up now. So do what you got to do, sir. All right. Hope that helped. Um. Okay, Myrtle, if you're still with us, Fred said he's coming, so he'll be able to answer your question in just a minute. Um. This is from Parker. Hi, Parker. And Parker is from Chicago.
All
Okay.
right, Chi-Town.
All right. All right. So Parker's question is, Parker, you've been having conversations with Samuel. Uh,
They friends. They
I'm
are
just
friends.
saying. I'm just saying.
Go ahead and make my night,
Um,
Parker.
Parker says, how do we feel about multiracial relationships, and do we feel like people take on multiracial relationships because they feel like one thing about the other race is better? Okay, I think I know where you're trying to go with that, Parker. And I just some things we gotta keep PG on this type of show. Here, sir. So you and Samuel, on the other hand, y'all just be um, you know,
Oh God.
well,
Love is love.
you whoever you love, that's cool. To me, color don't have no. I mean, color don't matter.
Right.
As far as that is concerned, before I got married, I dated other races, so that part doesn't bother me at all. Um, as far as feeling like things are better with certain things are better with other races, I can't really say that's part of it either. A lot of times when you're in a what we call a multiracial or biracial relationship, however y'all want to word it these days, um, depending on the relationship, it's a lot of slack behind it because it's a lot of stuff that you don't know that couple has to deal with outside of themselves, especially when you get people that are not so understanding. Then you got all of these people who say you need to be with your own type of people who make little stupid comments, as I say, and try to make life not so grand for people that just want to be in love. You know what I mean? Um, you said, how do I feel about when they use the term once you go black, you never go back? I don't. Parker, well, as you can see, I just happen to be, biracial myself, sir. So, I don't, I can't, attest to this here question. Um, I just, yeah, I just threw my whole paper clip down. I don't. That's it. Yeah.
Oh God, Parker, I'm not gonna go there with you because my sister gonna rebuke me.
You got
So
to answer. I threw down the paper clip for that one, sir. You got it.
well, that's just like saying the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I mean, honestly, if a woman knows what she's doing, 9 times out of 10, you're not trying to leave anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be sprung. So it is what it is. Just look at love for love and leave it at that, okay? Because I'm gonna leave it at that because
Yeah, thank you.
we're gonna keep it
We
PG.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. Fred,
Uh-huh.
you need to hurry up and get up here. Okay. Um, I'm just saying. Um, Samuel, that is not your cue. Do not send me a question tonight. Um,
They
so
friends. Samuel sent Parker to
so
harass
yeah,
you.
Park, I hope that we was able to sum that up for you. But it's okay. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Hey, hey, hey
That's your
now.
preference. This we not by you know what? I'm about to put her in like whole time out. I'm just gonna black out. I'm gonna black her screen out for like a whole 2 minutes. Just so you can't see no facial expressions, no nothing. So, but no, I mean, my whole thing is you like who you like. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
And it is what it is.
Why'd you ask that question, Parker? You asked for a purpose.
He said because ever since high school, all he has liked to date is black females, and he gets a lot of slack because of it. So his thing is, he gets called. A lot of stuff is said to him concerning that, and he
Mhm.
just wanted to know how we felt. I don't care. I mean, like I said, to me, the skin color thing is
Doesn't matter.
minute
Hmm.
compared to what it really could be. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And that if you're in love, she makes you happy, you make her
Hmm.
happy,
That's
y'all
it.
good, be good.
That's
That's
it.
all that matter. It ain't about what everybody know what the outside people think shouldn't even bother y'all.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, outside people gonna be who they are and you can't change them.
That's
But at
right.
the end of the day, y'all be happy and just do you.
Hmm.
Don't worry about the rest of the people.
Nope.
That ain't never been my thing. I don't care. I've never really based my life nor relationship off of the opinions of other people.
Parker, let me ask you a question. Are they putting clothes on your back? They putting
No.
food on your table?
Let me ask you this: is it your family, Parker?
Hmm.
That's what I thought.
Hmm.
It's the family issue that you can't get past.
Baby,
Yeah,
if they don't want you to be happy and
I
loved and they
dated a guy.
miserable,
I dated a guy whose family did the same thing. We actually got engaged, but we did not get engaged around his family. We got engaged around friends. We ended up not getting married because his family told him that if he married somebody that was not um, of his um, own tonnage, as you used, that they would disown him from the family. So I told him, you go be with them because I'm not gonna deal with that. So that's not something that I was gonna put up with. If you had to come to me to tell me what they said, and when we were in front of them, you felt like you couldn't defend me because of what was gonna be said, then I was through anyway. So I already knew what kind of game it was gonna be, and I won't finna live. I won't finna be miserable because I would have hurt all his family feelings. you catch what I'm saying? So to avoid that, it you have to make that decision.
exactly. And that was my point. You got to make the decision on if you want to be with the one you love that's making you happy, or if you're going to remain miserable because your family got so much to say.
Yeah, Fred. It ain't one of them type of questions, sir. Just come up here and I'm gonna tell you what she said so you can answer her question. Why are we making it so hard?
Mm.
But I hope that
Lord.
answers your question. But if you love your girlfriend right now, show her that you love her, and it be y'all. You ain't gotta worry about your people.
And make sure she feels secure in the relationship, because
That's
if
it.
she's not feeling secure, you're going to lose her. If you
Yeah,
allow your family to bash her, you're going to lose her.
yeah.
So if you love her, you truly love her, make sure she feeling secure.
And he
Like,
said he just said sometimes he feels bad because she has taken up for him with her family and friends, but he hasn't actually done the same. Well,
you're gonna
I'm gonna
you're
tell
gonna
you
lose
now.
her.
I'm gonna tell you now that if you can't do the same thing, she's not gonna keep, you know,
Mm-mm.
she's not gonna keep standing around and have people disrespect her, and you just stand there with the sour face, as I would call it, and not do nothing. That's she's not gonna keep dealing with that
How long have y'all been dating?
for the last 2 years.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You,
So it ain't new. It ain't fresh.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you see yourself being with her, then do what you gotta do. Whether your family show up or not, it's still gonna be you and her.
exactly.
She'll be there when they won't. Remember that.
Hmm. Sure will.
Especially if you saying that she already got your back like that now. Don't leave her hanging. You catch my drift? Don't leave her hanging. I hope we answered your question.
Because you don't want to live life with what if.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna be that man, listen, move out the way so she can find
So
that man.
yeah. Don't hold her back. And don't allow your family to try to make you feel like there's somebody better than her. You know what I mean? That's for you kind of situation. Like I said, I've been there, done it already. So I know how it go. I know how that conversation go. All right. So just do right by her. You got it. All right. We got Samantha. How you doing, Samantha from Atlanta? How are you? How are you? Hope all is well. Uh, Samantha says, okay. All right. So Samantha says, I just had I just had my my first children. So I take it you had more than one because that's how you said it. You said plural. So I just had my first children. But I feel like I'm dealing with postpartum depression. Um, is there a way to make this better? Yes, it is. I do recommend that you talk to your OB. Um, 'Cause they can help you out a lot in that area. Also, if you feel like you need a little bit more help from the O than just the OB, get therapy. It helps in that area as well. The main thing you want to do is you want to conquer it now so it won't get worse.
Mhm.
All right. So how old are your babies? Because you say you just recently had. Okay, so they're 3 months old. Is it two or is it more than two? Two. Okay. All right. So
Do you have help with them?
you said from her parents, yes, but not from the dad.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not that you're depressed by your children. Is depression because of the relationship between you and the father, or are you feel like or do you feel like you're expressing the way you feel because of what's happening between you and the father, and you feel like if you would have never had the kids, it wouldn't be this way? Is that because I got a feeling that that's what it
Hmm.
is. Okay. All right, so that explains a lot. So it's not necessarily that it's postpartum, but that's
It's
not
not.
postpartum depression.
It's not. You're dealing with your situation
Yeah.
and you're projecting it on your
On
children.
your babies. Yeah. So you're dealing with the issue between you and him. It's not really them. That's the problem.
So you want to separate the two. The babies is supposed to be the happiest thing. They're blessings to you. And I get the situation concerning you and the dad, but separate.
Are you young? How old are you? Okay, you're young, baby. Okay. You a baby having babies. Okay, so she's 16. Okay,
Hmm.
so um this your high school sweetheart, right? Or so you feel.
Hmm.
Okay. So you got to understand that both of y'all are young.
Hmm.
Um, and you can't, I'm not going to say that you can't expect him to step up to the plate and be a man because he can. Um, I feel like because both of you guys are young, y'all might need to get the families together and have a sit down conversation to help this situation out. Also, I'm not going to say that this is an excuse, but does the young man who's the father have his father in his life? Because if he doesn't, that could be a part of your problem. Okay, his dad has been in and out of his life as well. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's your problem right there. He didn't have anybody to teach him per se of how to get ready for this particular situation. I'm sure that his mom has probably told him that he got to step up to the plate and be a man. Um, but there hasn't been a man around to actually tell him to go and be a man. If you catch what
Hmm.
I'm trying to say. So um, I'm not telling you that that's an excuse because it's not. We live in a day and age now where um, especially people such as myself, I always said that when I started pushing out children, that I would never allow my children to have to deal with what I dealt with coming up. And I meant that. You know what I mean? And some of us stick to that and some of us don't. So you would hope that, it changes for him. But I think it would help if you and him, his mom, sat down with your parents and just had a conversation. All right, because y'all should have been having conversations before the baby got here. The babies got here, so that y'all can really talk. Okay, I think that's important. Um, because early on, I mean, it's so early in your baby's lives, you don't want to have a bunch of back and forth drama. Like, let's start this off, and this is the first go round. You don't
Hmm.
you don't want to do that. All right.
But can I say congratulations on your bundles of joy?
Yes. So did you have two girls, two boys, or a boy and a girl? How did it go? Boy and a girl.
Mm.
Congratulations to you.
And how did you hear about us?
Oh, okay. Okay, my niece told you. Okay, well, okay. Hey, thank you for popping on. I appreciate you.
Yes.
You named them Peyton and Kylie. Okay.
Oh,
All right. Well, love on your babies and stop worrying about you guys' relationship. Okay? Because your babies is what's important.
that's right.
Whatever he has going on, he has to work out as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, he probably neither one of y'all was probably ready for this because you can't expect anybody. I mean, you got grown people that don't be ready to become parents. But I know you guys wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Um, and not to only be the father of one but two at 16 is a lot. And I'm
Hmm.
sure his brain is twirling 1,000 miles a minute, trying
Hmm.
to figure out what is he gonna do, you know, to be able to be a dad to two kids. Okay. So like I said, it's not an excuse, but y'all need to really sit down and talk. Well, Murder, we waiting on Fred just like you. In a minute, he gonna be through.
Yes, because we got to get ready to close out. We came on a little early today.
Yeah. We waiting on him just like you, boo boo. I do not know what he doing.
Do we have any testimonials on tonight?
Yep, we do.
Let's
We
hear some.
have um the couple that was trying to figure out how to leave the church. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. They decided to leave and they left.
Mhm.
They did go back and talk to her leaders
Mhm.
that she stayed in contact with, and she said the leader has them going through um like deliverance training and classes right now just to prepare them for the warfare that's coming because they chose to leave that church.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
they say that she also wanted to say hello to us and just to say thank you for the advice that we gave. And she said
Wow.
her husband um was just like watching over her as a whole because she said that they threatened her
Mm-hmm.
because they knew that she was the reason why he was leaving.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, to God be the glory.
yeah.
And we pray a hedge of protection over you and your family as we did in the past. And that we pray that God encamp his warring angels around you
Around you guys, yep,
and keep you safe from any hurt, harm, or danger.
yep. But we glad y'all went back
Yes,
to your church because we know you covered. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
right.
So that's a good thing.
Amen. Hmm. Any more?
Because that night, ooh,
Yeah.
child.
Ooh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that y'all are okay. Okay. Um.
How's Miss
Well,
Gloria?
good.
Awesome.
Good. She said. She said to tell us hello, and her boys said hello.
Awesome. We miss
So
her.
yeah, tell her that we miss her. We've been thinking about her, so we appreciate it. All right. We have who's that? Alfonso. Alfonso said that he wants to thank us. He said, because of your show, you saved my sister. He said, my sister called into your, well, my sister called into your show. She told you that she was dealing with a domestic violence situation. Because of the advice you guys gave, she was able to get out of the situation.
Praise God.
So, amen. I would
Amen.
love to know which sister. Well, I mean, we've had so
Right.
many situations, so I would love to know who you're exactly talking about to see if we can remember. I mean,
Right.
we so many people. I don't like to not remember people, but let us know who you're talking about.
Definite.
But to God be the glory. We're glad she's safe
Yes.
and okay. And
Praise God.
please tell her hello for us.
Yes, definite.
And congratulations on the new lease on life because I'm sure that she can sit back and enjoy it now.
And thank you for giving us the update because
Yeah,
we love to hear updates of what's going on in your all's life.
yeah.
So we thank you.
So thank you, Alfonso. We appreciate you. And thank you for being there for your sister, by the way.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Okay, this one, I do not know how to say your name, hon. Is it Marajan? If you're still in the comment section, please let me know if I got it right. Mara, is it Marajan? Okay. All right. So Marajan says, I also want to thank you. Um, my mom called on your show. You guys prayed for her, not knowing that at the time when she was talking to you guys, that she was actually terminally ill. You guys prayed for her the night of your show, um, and she is now in remission.
Was this the lady with cancer? Wow.
So
To God be the glory.
she's now in remission. So awesome, awesome,
Oh
awesome,
my
awesome.
God.
We are glad to hear that. Thank
Yes.
you. Because we were wondering how she was. So
Yes.
we
To
always, like I
God
said,
be the
we love
glory.
the updates on people because we like to make sure that they're doing okay. So that's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm excited about that one.
Yes. Oh
That's
my. Whew.
awesome.
Y'all about to make me cry up here. I ain't no
then we
punk.
then we have Andrew. Okay. How you doing tonight, Andrew? Andrew says I'm sending a bundle of thanks. And if I knew where you were located, I would send you guys both a dozen of roses because you deserve it. He said, let me tell you, he said, the young lady that I'm about to make my wife, you guys had her in your comment section um last year. You guys talked to her, you prayed with her, and you told her to be strong and do what she needed to do to get herself out of a tough situation. Because of that, as of New Year's Eve, she will be becoming my wife. Who are you talking about?
Is this the one that?
The lady, the girl that left the wicked.
Oh my God!
Congratulations!
Yes.
Congratulations!
Wow.
Nice. Well, you tell her that we are super
Oh
excited for her.
wow.
And
Yes.
nice to meet you, Andrew.
Yes. Oh
Congratulations.
my God. Congrats.
Congratulations. That is so exciting for y'all. I'm excited.
Wow. Whew.
That is so nice, y'all. Oh,
Yes.
and you chose New Year's Eve. What a date.
New beginnings.
That
Yes.
is so good for you guys. That's
Mm.
exciting to hear. Oh, that's so nice. I
Wow.
love weddings. So I'm excited for you guys. Keep us posted
Wow.
on how you guys are doing.
Yes.
I think that one topped off the night. So
Yes, it did.
um
Wow.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh,
I'm
see,
excited for you guys.
God is so good. Oh my God, He's
We
great.
are so super, you have no idea. We are so super excited for you guys. And
Wow.
I just know that she is elated right now.
Yes.
So that is so awesome for you too.
Wow.
I'm excited for y'all.
I'm really about to cry. Y'all play too much.
I'm excited.
Oh
Oh my,
God.
but the next thing we know, we'll be getting baby news.
Yes.
So we excited for y'all. Super excited.
I'm so encouraged.
Continue to thrive. Continue to be. And you said y'all met at church.
To God be
Yay!
the glory. Oh,
Yay!
Jesus.
Continue to thrive. Continue to cover her. Continue to be all you need to be for her. And
Yes.
I wish you many, many, many years together.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Amen. What God put together, let no man put asunder.
That's it. So
Wow.
that is so awesome. Well,
Yes,
again,
it is.
congratulations to you guys. I'm through for the night. So
Look.
Myrtle, we tried to wait on Fred. I'm gonna write your question down though, so we can ask him again. Um, but I'm gonna write it down so I won't forget it.
Mm.
All
God
right.
is awesome.
So I'm gonna make sure that he answers your question, ma'am. All right. That I will make sure of.
All right, guys.
Give
So,
us a sticky note right now.
as you all know, Coco was still doing a raffle,
Yes.
right? And we still have $5 left from the $20 that I was sponsoring. So, the first one that put their name up will receive their raffle. Their name is going in the raffle.
Yep. And for those that still want to participate, because I'm sorry, y'all have to forgive me. Got it to my head and not my heart. I so forgot to put up the flyers about the raffle, but I've been talking about it the whole time. So people have already actually purchased tickets for it. Um, so I will fling up the flyer for you guys before the weekend is out. Um, but the raffle will end on the 15th because I will be pulling the winners on the 15th, which is vendors night. The same night as vendors night is the same night the winners will be pulled. All right. So just so you guys know.
And guys, you all know I am also an author. I don't normally promote my books, but I do have books on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon.com and type in Quintus Jones, my books are up there. So yes, I gave one away tonight as a gift. So please support. Please support.
And all of the hosts are either doing raffles or giveaways. Just so you
Yes.
guys know. So I would suggest you watch the shows that are coming up right here. Because they got some stuff for y'all. Okay. So
I may give
it's
away
not
some
just
books.
okay, because it's not just me. All right. It is LHG. She is doing a raffle as well. Bobby is doing what is she doing? Bobby doing something too. I think
Mm.
you gotta choose a number or something like that, but you gotta watch her next you gotta either go and watch 3 of her shows and tell her which ones you watch, or you gotta watch her next 3 shows and then choose a number, and that's how you get what she's doing. I think she's doing 2 giveaways. So I'm telling you to pay attention, y'all, and hop on and see what everybody got doing, what they got going on. All right.
And also, guys, for those of you that may be interested in CBD, I am putting my link in the chat. So check out my website. And also, guys, for those of you that may didn't mean to do that, but okay. All right.
All right. So um yeah, I think that is all we got for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah. So she got her CBD stuff. Y'all go look at my personal page, and I'll put my link here in the group too. If you want some stuff that make your house smell really good, I promise you, Pink Zebra is it. Okay, it smells so delicious. It make you want to eat it right out the pack if it was actually food.
Oh
I
God.
promise you, it smells really good. All right, so and you can get it in the sprinkle version to go in your warmer, your wax melt warmers, and then you can also get it in liquid version to go in your diffuser. So whichever version you like, it is there.
May have to get some from you on New Year's when I come up there
Yeah, because
because I need
right
to
now,
smell them.
every part of my house smell different. My living room smell like one thing, my bathroom smell like another, my room smell like something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I
All
think I
righty.
know in my living room smells like funfetti cake batter. My
Okay.
bathroom smells like Hawaiian sunshine, and my bedroom smells like it says manly man. So it smells like my husband's cologne. That's what it smells
Oh,
like.
all
So
righty.
but it's called manly man. And it smells really, really good.
Okay. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna get ready to close out because Coco got to go pick up my brother-in-law,
Yep.
and yeah, we will
And I
see
gotta
you
feed my
all.
kids.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
go feed my face too. But we will see you all. Well, Coco will be up here on Saturday.
Yeah.
On
Saturday,
Saturday,
it'll be
I'll be at work.
all of us. It'll be all of the hosts except for Quint, because she'll be at work.
I'll be at work. I might. I'll
Um,
try to get in the comments.
and we are talking about what about your friends part 3. I promise you, you
Mhm.
don't want to miss it because it's gonna be one of those.
All right, people. Y'all have a good night. We love y'all, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Bye bye.
Bye.